Considering video and video mashups, I don't want you to be too distracted by this, but I want you to pay attention to the fact that we've looked at the audio mashups and we've paid attention to what they're noticing there. The video mashup takes and extends this into the video realm. So I want to show you a couple of videos here, a couple of clips from videos, and I want to talk about each of them. So first let's look at Super Friends. Now the links to these can be found in the web page that's associated with this particular video. All right, what works the most about this particular video is that, again, it establishes a rhythm. It establishes sort of a baseline so that we understand. It's using Friends as the underlying medium, and then it's cutting it together with the Saturday morning cartoon from the 80s and 90s, the Super Friends. And they're establishing then these identities within it. And even though the soundtrack is entirely from Friends, well, except for like some of the interstitial pieces where they're like changing scenes and we hear the audio from the original Super Friends, it's even though the audio is entirely from Friends, the meaning shifts. Let's look at 10 things that I hate about commandments.
At Faro High, Ramses was the biggest player around.
No doubt.
But when the new kid in school,
I am a stranger in a strange land,
realized hanging with the in crowd wasn't so easy, he took a stand.
Man shall be ruled by law, not by the will of other men. Moses, Moses.
Now the battle is on to see who can get the girl, who will rule the school, and if a zero can become a hero. So let the games begin. Hey! From the creators of Must Love Jaws comes a comedy 3,000 years in the making.
You're a sharp-clawed, treacherous little... Did you hear that?
Charlton Heston, Yul Brenner, Sinead O'Connor, and Samuel L. Jackson as Principal Firebush.
What happened here was a miracle, and I want you to fucking acknowledge it.
10 things I hate about commandments.
All right, so this piece uses essentially one source, although there are several other things mixed into it, which is the 10 Commandments with Charlton Heston, but takes and remixes it into a different form. It creates it as one of those sort of summer blockbuster movies, and then takes and edits each of the characters into one of the stereotypical roles. What's interesting about this is exactly the way that reality television is made as well. So let's also then take a look at Hey Ya, Charlie Brown.
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door? Don't try to fight the feeling, 'cause the thought alone is
And what's interesting about this piece is, again, that it takes the underlying sound bed from Hey Ya and mixes over top of it the video from the Charlie Brown Christmas series, or the Charlie Brown, the seasonal holiday series. Now, what becomes really interesting about it is that the editing is brilliant. The editing is beautiful. The dancing is synchronized really very well with the music. There are moments when the music sort of calls out to something, and the video is also calling out at the same time. As a sort of a point of interest, this is also, again, very illegal, very questionably legal, in that the music isn't actually licensed for this. My last example here for video is Cooking by the Book, and I want you to pay attention to the way that this is mixing things that don't generally mix.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book. You know you can't be lazy. Never use a messy recipe. The cake will end up crazy. If you do the cooking by the book, then you'll have a...
Break it down, bitch. Let me see you back it up. Drop that ass down, load it, pick that motherfucker up. Break it down, bitch. Let me see you back it up. Drop that ass down, load it, pick that motherfucker up. Now back that pussy, she's a motherfucker. Hey, back that pussy, she's a motherfucker. Now back that pussy, she's a motherfucker. Hey, back that pussy, she's a motherfucker.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
What?
If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book.
What?
You know you can't be lazy.
Yeah.
Never use a messy recipe.
What?
The cake will end up crazy.
Yeah.
If you do the cooking by the book, then you'll have a...
Rub that shit, it's yours, bitch. Grab his dick, it's yours, bitch. Rub that shit, it's yours, bitch. Grab his dick, it's yours, bitch. Turn around, bitch. Put that ass on the nigga. Grind on the dick, make it get a little better. Turn around, bitch. Put that ass on the nigga. Grind on the dick, get take out his finger.
You gotta do the cooking by the book.
Yeah.
So in that video, we see the sort of the misogynistic gangster rap mixed with this Nickelodeon children's show. And I can't help but wonder, I can't help but think, you know, when I see this, it's like kids are listening to the rap. I mean, that's not like a dangerous thing, but it's like sort of like an eye-opening thing. And in that this is part of young people's worlds. But in addition to that, it's built in such a way that's really humorous. And it's hard to sort of separate out and think of. It's hard to separate this out and make it something that's not connected. It's not. It's like I can imagine these rappers as part or as guests on the show, but that this particular episode would never really be aired. It would never really make sense as a children's show, and it doesn't even really make sense as an adult show because of the way that it's mashed up. So, one last thing is in thinking about ways and ideas of mashing up. I don't know if you've ever heard of The Dark Side of Oz. It's a mashup that you create yourself by starting The Wizard of Oz at the second lion roar of Dark Side of the Moon and playing through with both of them. The idea is that there's too much of a coincidence, that there's too much going on that synchronizes itself up, that it's not possible that Pink Floyd wasn't watching The Wizard of Oz when they made their album. The fact of the matter is that it's purely coincidental, that our brains are pattern recognition machines, and that we will find a connection within anything that we see and hear together. And that is really sort of the lesson, I guess, for the mashups, which is take advantage of that. When people see or hear things together, they'll make the connections.